that the presidency seems to be completely detached from the needs of Nigerians. Well, what about the state governors? Now, the president on several occasions have said that you voted for state governors. I will do my best at the federal level, but hold your governors accountable. What are they doing with the FAC allocation given to them? Initiatives and policies can be transmitted at the state and local government. Why should everything come from the federal government? Why would all the needs and clamor for the federal government be cried upon when we're supposedly operating a democratic system? Others believe that the president cannot ultimately command the governors to do the needful. He can plead with them because they were not appointed, they were voted in by the people. So we should ask the governors questions. What initiatives do they have in mind to subsidize the growing pains of the people within the state? And what are the requirements specifically in terms of orientating the people or telling the people the steps to be part of to enjoy some of the benefits of government's policies and initiatives that will form as a palliative to supposedly cushion the effect of the fuel subsidy removal? Well, very recently, Vice President Kashim Shettima publicly made a statement that many Nigerians prefer to whisper in silence, or whisper precisely. Now, he warned that Nigeria cannot build a $1 trillion economy on the shaky terrain of weak compliance, regulatory laxity, and ethical ambivalence. He says, in a very candid and timely manner, that should be done. He also disclosed that it is also an admission that the country's greatest economic obstacle is no longer the absence of ambitious targets, but the chronic failure to build institutions capable of delivering them. In his comments at the National Corporate Governance Summit in Lagos, the Vice President correctly identified corporate governance as the bedrock of sustainable economic growth. His intervention is a reminder that economies do not become trillion-dollar economies or trillion-dollar titans through lofty declarations, lofty documents, or endless summits. So he says that it is done by enforcing the rule of law, protecting investors, strengthening institutions, rewarding enterprise, and punishing corruption without fear or favor. Punishing corruption without fear or favor. It's funny the vice president is teaching this because that's what the Nigerians are complaining about their administration. They do not punish corruption. All right? There is no fear, but rather a favor of corruption. Now, according to Investopedia, there are $21 trillion economies in the world, with Poland and Switzerland entering the exclusive club in 2025. The Tinubu administration has repeatedly projected Nigeria as a prospective $1 trillion economy by 2030. That ambition, they say, is commendable, but ambition is not strategy. In 2025, economist Bismarck Rwani warned that for Nigeria to reach that milestone by 2030, the economy would need to expand by roughly 40% yearly. Such acceleration is impossible in an environment where contracts are routinely violated, regulators are weak, public institutions are compromised, ethical standards remain negotiable. Shettima rightly observed that government reforms such as fuel subsidy removal, exchange rate liberalization, and sectoral reforms merely establish the macroeconomic foundation, but they do not create wealth by themselves. This is what the vice president is saying. In as much as the fuel subsidy removal, right, seems to be, and the exchange rate liberalization seems to be a good idea, or sectoral reforms, agreed, that's not a problem, but they only established a macroeconomic foundation. He says, but they do not create wealth by themselves. Wealth is created by productive private enterprises that invest, innovate, manufacture, export, and create jobs. Nigeria literally is run by private enterprises. Literally, private enterprises are actually holding the economy of Nigeria afloat. Small-scale businesses is basically what is sustaining the economy, whether you like it or not. Investors are basically coming in for possibly, projects like what do you call this, land projects, investment projects on land, and digital economy. You see, the digital economy is highly bidded for. The government is really making serious money from that industry. But what about other industries like our farming, manufacturing industries? These are major gigantic industries that do not only create wealth, but they also export wealth, and they attract investment opportunity. Why are we not looking into that? It's a major problem. We've just allowed certain things to go moribund. The things that used to sustain Nigeria's economy have been allowed to go moribund. Okay? So, again, the vice president went to actually disclose that history has shown that no modern economy has achieved rapid industrialization through government spending alone. Private capital builds factories, develops technologies, finances logistics, commercializes innovations, and expands productive capacity. However, private investors summit capital only where the rules are predictable, institutions are credible, and contracts are enforceable. So do we have reputable institutions? Is our economic climate predictable? If it is not predictable, how quickly does it adjust to a predictable format that can give your investors the confidence that they can actually invest and make money? Very simple, very credible, right? And then where there is an opportunity where there is subversion and crime, what are the institutions that enact punitive measures to counteract whatever measures is being implemented to strengthen Nigeria's economy? You guys don't even understand what is going on in the economic sector, despite all the rules and regulations that we're talking about here. A lot is going down that is not reflective on the people. And at the end of the day, who pays the price? The end-use consumers. Let's take a listen to this. How insecurity and hunger have made people to start eating food of goats and dogs in the north. Let's take a listen to this.
In some parts of Nigeria, and I can be fact-checked, in some parts of Nigeria, and I can be fact-checked, people are becoming so disillusioned with government. And let us be also very frank about the state governors. The state governors are also culprits. They have failed woefully in running their states. It's not just an issue of the federal government. To the extent that people have resorted to, out of confusion, out of dejection and frustration, to start looking up to the bandits and the terrorists as their safe havens. They are beginning to listen to them. Yes. I can tell you there are areas where they are arbitrating, where they are mediating.
The bandits.
Yes. They are beginning to recognize them, to have conversation with them offline, to say, you know what, we don't want problem. Please let us live.
What do you want?
They share the proceeds of their farm with them. Yes. They pay them taxes. And they even give them some level of protection from other factions of this banditry. This is the reality, ladies and gentlemen. It is so bad that there are some part of Zamfara and some part of Northwest where the bandits will go to a family house, tell the man to release his daughters, for them to take them into the bush and use them and rape them and bring them back for safety. Otherwise, they will kill everybody and go with the people. This is how bad things are. I don't know what Mr. President is hearing. I don't know what the NSA and others are hearing. But what I know for a fact is there is nobody that will pretend they don't know what is happening in Nigeria, because we have extended families, we have brothers and sisters. And I know for a fact Mr. President in 2013, in 2014, criticized the government of President Goodluck Jonathan, called him incompetent and visionless, and that the inability to allow the to get back the Chibok girls meant that he should resign. And to the extent that he said, in fact, the government was lying and denying reality. It sounds like deja vu for me, Mr. Onoja. That now the same government is refusing to listen to some of us that speak truth to power. That even when the incumbent does right, we encourage them. That we advise them when it is okay. That we are known to be neutral in this issue, but for the purpose of the progress of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, they live in that denial. It appears in this country, the political class choose what to believe in and what not. But the issue is this. The opposition political parties don't matter anymore. The anger, building into the minds of Nigerians due to cost of living, due to insecurity. I told you. And what it means is with over 10 million northern Nigerians and Almajiris out of school, they are getting recruited in droves into this groups of bandits and terrorists.
Yes.
It will get to a point whereby, to land with what Mr. Ono just said, we wouldn't want a situation whereby we may have elections or a pretense of it, and we have people elected in office because they think the police or the army can protect them. With profound respect to them, the numbers are not adding up, and we will not have a country. That is going to be the problem, because at the end of the day, where will we all be? Russian Revolution in my mind, French Revolution in my mind, and all those principal actors in the Arab Spring, the leaders now, where are they? Where are their family? What legacy do the political class want to leave behind? Except we are living in denial. This is just a scratch in the surface with regards to the extent the insecurity has pushed us. Now insecurity is creeping by into Kano. Magwai, Shanono, bordering Katsina are now being constantly attacked, and people are saying it's not happening. People are eating from dustbin in some villages in Kano and Jigawa. People are eating a weed called tafasa. Tafasa is a weed in the bush. Of course, we eat it from time to time. But now the goats and the sheep are competing for tafasa with human beings. And that is how sad the reality is moving into this election. And that is why it is important to make a level playing field,
yes,
open the political space, allow opposition to thrive, but more importantly, Mr. President, stop listening to all those political leaders, especially from northern Nigeria. Majority of them are lying to you. They are not telling you the reality. Open the political space, deliver the dividends of democracy the best you can. That is what should be.
All right. In that regard, however, a lot has taken place, especially after the outing of Bishop Onayinka, while the president's certificate submitted to INEC has raised a lot of doubts from those who had their speculations about the authenticity and the fact that these documents were submitted in 2023. Even previous work experiences like Deloitte, while the president excluded Deloitte when he submitted his credentials to INEC, which he has always said he worked in. Also, he excluded his secondary and primary school documentation, something he submitted in 2023 when Nigerians investigated and found out that the institution that was written at the date or the year the president said he attended the school was not already in existence. So Nigerians were wondering, how do you attend a school that was not yet in existence at the time you filled in your report? So the president primary and secondary school was blank. He only presented his BSc, now, which has actually raised a lot of questions as to the authenticity and the role of INEC, where citizens are not allowed to say the complete and absolute truth. This has led to a coalition of 100 prominent Nigerians under the umbrella of G100, calling on former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, the NDC presidential candidate Mr. Peter Obi, to come together, put aside their individual ambitions, and unite behind a single presidential candidate ahead of the 2027 general elections. The group warned that unless the opposition presents one consensus candidate, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the ruling All Progressives Congress could secure another victory in the next presidential election. The position of the coalition was contained in a 7-page open letter dated August 2, 2026. The letter was signed by former APC National Vice Chairman Northwest Salihu Lukman, former House of Rep member Nnenna Ukeje, former Kogi State Deputy Governor Simon Achuba, Professor Anthony Kila, and 96 other prominent Nigerians. According to the coalition, Nigeria's current challenges go beyond inflation, unemployment, and poverty, arguing that the country's democracy is under greater threat because of a weak and diluted opposition. The group is saying that the opposition has allowed personal ambitions, political rivalries to take priority over national interest, while the APC continues to strengthen its grip on power. Well, will Peter Obi and Atiku Abubakar come together this time? Is there a possibility of any of these candidates stepping down to support the other? Or are we going to have a disparaged or fragmented opposition while we get into the elections? August 19, campaign begins. And right now, we really do not know if the opposition will come together, if they are really determined to ensure that the APC does not come back in 2027. But even if Peter Obi and Atiku comes back together or the opposition remains united, what is the possibility that they would unseat the current APC with the kind of political willy APC that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his several cabals, headed by his Chief of Staff, Femi Gbajabiamila, Seyi Tinubu, his son, Remi Tinubu, the wife, and a lot of others who have been strategic from the onset of 2023, May 29, when President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was inaugurated, strengthening their grassroots mobilization and what you call political consultation, having all the APC governors on their team, and even taking back most of the obedience, having to bring them into the fold. How many of the APC supporters have left APC or left Bola Tinubu to join the Obedient or any other opposition political party? Well, we will see how the trice is going to work around this time. Meanwhile, the church has decided to speak up ever since the lash out against Cardinal John Onaikan concerning the plight of Nigerians. The APC supporters and the presidency have been given a tongue lashing on Bishop Onaikan, stating that his statement was politically biased because his leaning was not on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Bishop Onaikan has never been in support of the Muslim ticket. Well, the Catholic Church actually were not in support of the Muslim ticket, and that is a political stance the presidency and the All Progressives Congress are looking at this from. Because of that, most of the pastors who were silent, specifically from the Pentecostal side, have begun to speak. Let's take a listen to a couple of them calling out the presidency this time, and they're not holding back their words.
To all destructive agents in Nigeria. Whether in power or out of power, judgment has finally come. You can't slaughter members of my family and want me to pray for you. I pray against you, against your household, against your generation. In the name of Jesus. The bubble is burst. Any devil, sponsored by whosoever. Because can I tell you this? Everybody knows that these wicked people are being sponsored. Anyone who doesn't know that that's a problem. Hameko Kakeke, and Krakatanoa. Every sponsor of killers in Nigeria, you come under a curse today. Everyone trading with the lives of men in the name of ransom, the curse of the Lord hits you today. Wickedness. It's because the bubble is about to burst. Yes. He said, I've long time had my peace, God said, but now I will rise like a wounded lion. And I will devour at once. Please listen to this. Take it down. When you see God keep quiet at the wickedness of the wicked, it's because the bubble is about to burst. As the Lord lives, whose I am, I'm myself, this bubble will burst. Amen.
All right, and that was Bishop David Oyedepo also calling out the government and saying that this time around, nobody is going to keep quiet as usual. However, let's take a listen to Primate Oyedele. Actually, he has been one person that seemed to have a support of this government. He had even made a tribal sentiment one time that went viral when he said Igbos are the problems of Nigeria. He has been accused by the former Minister of Power, Adelabu, of asking for about a certain amount of money to buy equipment for him, to pray for him, to anoint him or pray for him that he was going to win the governorship election. Adelabu came out to expose the conversation they had together. Now, Primate Oyedele has been speaking in favor of the government of the day or giving some prophetic warnings, but this time around he did not hold back. Let's listen to him.
So when you tell him, oh God, this is not the right thing, he will hate you. All good advisors, bad people will send you away. This is what I expected all these Baba of faith. I don't want to mention their names. Know that their names is not sounding right before God. I give it to Bishop. Is it Archbishop Oyekan of what he have said to the president? Leave him on. If you like, let him take it. If you like, don't let him take it. There's anger and hunger in the land. By the election, you see people how they will show their grievances. Rice and money will not stop it too. We are telling you the right thing now, to do the right thing. All these, I will call them surrogate aids. Right? They will push you to fire. Pam. When fire burn you, you will be the only one to cry. Tinubu, if you lose this election, it will pain you seriously.
All right, thank you. Sorry, we're trying to sort out the volume as you guys are complaining that you cannot hear what I am saying. But kindly indicate to me on WhatsApp if you can hear me appropriately and very clear, because it's important for us to hear the conversation so we can know how to have or discuss this. Anyway, we're currently streaming live on YouTube if you're joining us for the very first time. So go on to YouTube at VOP 903 FM on YouTube, VOP 903 FM. Just type it there in the search bar so you can virtually be part of the conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, it is not even over. At this point in time, let's take a listen to Mr. Festus Keyamo in 2023 defending the reason why the president does not have his primary and secondary school qualifications.
Chicago State University.
That wasn't submitted in 1999.
Okay. Which one did you submit?
Where's the primary?
I just explained that to you
so
now.
You're confirming to us that he didn't go to a primary school. Is that what you're saying?
He did not reveal it. But I'm just telling you that he did not reveal it. But I'm telling you that in those days, you don't have to go. You don't have to. They read and pass GC from home. Great men do.
And secondary school?
Great men. Yeah, that's secondary school. That's GC now.
Yeah.
Yes, they pass it from home.
Okay. Oh, they pass it from home?
Yes, okay. Great men do. Okay. And they say part of it is fact, it is one of the virtues that you used to know great men. So that they read
that they don't go to school.
That they read from home. They read and dug in and burned the midnight oil from home.
Okay, we are almost ready.
This is social media.
In 1999, when he was running, the certificates that he dropped and right now, and the forms that he did submit right now to run for president, the certificates, there's discrepancy there that has been noticed.
Chicago State University.
That wasn't submitted in 1999.
Okay. Which one did you submit?
Where's the primary?
All right, that was Mr. Festus Keyamo trying to defend the fact that the president supposedly studied from home and immediately got admission. So there was no need at the time to attend any institution whatsoever of note to reckon with, defending the blank primary and secondary school pages or slot submitted to INEC. Interesting. So if that was the case, then where did the schools mentioned in 2023 come from for primary and secondary school? Interesting, right? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we still have quite a lot to discuss. Let's take a listen to ECOWAS panel discussing what transpired in 2023, specifically with the misbehavior of the INEC portal or the malfeasance that were observed by international electoral observers.
Coming out to vote to see that the results were not uploaded. Now, just to show you the extent of the mischief that occurred, the results for the National Assembly elections, which occurred at the same time, simultaneously with the presidential results, were able to be uploaded, but the presidential election results were not uploaded. And till this day, as we speak, the results have not even been completely uploaded. What is even shocking is that we have seen photographs of individuals, a woman in a bathroom, uploaded supposedly as results on INEC's IREV page till this day. How can you elect someone on the basis of the photograph of a woman in the bathroom? I want to quickly mention that a lot of the international observers who were there were as disenchanted as I was. There were 4 African presidents, former presidents, who were in Nigeria to observe the elections. There were over 144,000 observers deployed across the country. And they all were disenchanted by what they saw. I want to say that what happened in Nigeria was not election observation, but a crime watch. We watched a crime being perpetrated on a country of 200 million people with utter and complete impunity. I also want to say that President Jimmy Carter has been vindicated. He went and observed elections in Nigeria many years ago, and he was so upset at the impunity and the brazen theft of the election that he vowed never to go back to Nigeria again. And as that distinguished president is in hospice care, he stands vindicated because Nigeria has refused to learn this lesson.
All right, that was the ECOWAS Commission there speaking as to how the 2023 elections were conducted. So the big question to us, ladies and gentlemen, is how do Nigerians expect to go on, and what have they determined will be the ultimate for them in 2027, with a lot that is currently taking place and more to happen? Is there a possibility of the two major candidates to merge right now? Is it not too late? And if that is the case, then what strategy do they have up their sleeves to ensure that as leaders, Nigerians who are the opposition will decide to fight for their rights if they say the APC is not doing well? Very big question. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll take a very short break, and then when we return, we'll be speaking via the telephone with Darlington Agumore this evening. Do kindly stay with us. Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for staying with us right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. I hope you guys will hear me clear because two mics are on. So both the echo and the main one, you people must hear it. Darlington Agumore, good evening and thank you for joining us today on the Evening Rush.
My pleasure.
Welcome, sir. So first of all, I am going to punish you personally for not being here in the studio physically. Is it what punitive measure do you think you can contain? Because you ought to be here with me in the studio, but you're absent. I do not care what your reasons are, but you will need to go through some punishment. So choose a punishment of your choice.
Punishment in kind.
Sir?
Punishment in kind, though.
I should punish you in kind.
Yeah.
How? What way is that? Tell me the kind of punishment in kind. Because you ought to be here.
Punish me to what you want and I will accept it.
You think I'm joking, right?
But
don't worry. My lawyer, you will see, I will litigate you. You're going to see
you must punish me in the other room.
Ibidokwa. Eh? Oh boy, here. I'm telling you something. You have started another one. What is all this? Which other room?
I heard now. You have to punish me. Go ahead.
I will litigate you. You'll be served papers tomorrow.
No problem.
How are you, sir? Happy New Week and Happy New Month.
I am fine. Yeah, so we are now in another week to do God's work.
To do God's work, Abi. So your weekend, your Sunday, did you go anywhere? Did you eat ofe achara? Barisa, you need to eat ofe achara from my mommy's side.
No, it's a big icon.
You like edikaikon?
Yes, pounded yam.
You've never tasted ofe achara with pounded yam?
That one, no factor. No, my mother used to cook it, but she's gone.
Oh, and I'm telling you.
Nobody can do it like her.
The same thing too. Nobody can cook that soup like my mom. I have tried. My hand does not taste like hers. Like literally. That soup, I don't know what she puts. I don't know the magic in her hand. But I've tried to cook that soup the way I know that she has taught me. It doesn't come out like hers. I don't know the magic that is in her hand. I really don't know. But God help us.
When this thing we are talking about, you will learn it. You learn it.
You say what?
When what you are talking about happens, then you learn it properly.
I will learn it properly. When what we're talking about Nigeria's issues. Is that what will make me learn it properly?
What we are talking about, yeah, when it happens, at least, now, she will learn how to teach you.
The Kwanugika which, in fact, let me not start this evening. Let me know. So that's what you were even referring to. Anyway,
Is
welcome.
that not the ultimate?
Is that not the ultimate?
Uh-huh.
I will only cook it for your birthday.
Who told you I celebrate birthday?
But you don't have to celebrate birthday. I will celebrate you. And I will not procrastinate. And I will not postpone my own. Like you did.
No problem. Don't worry, no problem. But
Darlington Akumura, welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you, my dear. How are you doing?
I am fine. I told you I joined Momsi to go for Mwada meeting yesterday. August, as in, you needed to see meeting. Some people are complaining there's no food. Those women have food though, with small stout. Chai. It was very beautiful.
But you don't eat food though.
Me?
You don't eat food. Every time they're talking about food.
I like food.
Eating, no store in GOP will enter you.
The fact that I like food and eat does not mean I have to be fat. There's how to eat food and enjoy food without being too fat. Yes. I've been native, my people, native food then use bring me up. So yesterday was actually pleasant. I enjoyed the meeting and it was fun. And I was able to learn a lot of things traditionally, like when you're preparing for a wedding, all the necessities, everything. So, yeah, I enjoyed it. Okay, fine. Let's go to the conversation of the day.
I know when you people blow up. There is a certain things you do and you don't blow up out of proportion. I understand.
What are you talking about? Gini kineku. Eh?
Okay.
Gini kineku.
Okay.
All right, sir. Welcome.
Okay.
Welcome. Welcome. All right, let's begin. Sir, let's look at this. Based on what has been going on, I think I discussed during the world news at 6. A coalition of 100 prominent Nigerians under the umbrella of G100. They are calling on Peter Obi and presidential candidate of the Nigerian Democratic Congress to come together. That's the only way they can actually make sure that APC does not come on board in 2027. Is there any way that is even going to take place now with how everything has turned out?
Esther, this is too late in coming. They should have early to tell them this, but as it is, 6 to 7 months in election, they can't start it because each of the personnel involved, they have their different agenda. P2B is talking of a new Nigeria. He's talking of reviving the economy of Nigeria. But Atiku has a personal vendetta against Tinubu. That is just the truth.
Against Tinubu?
Yes.
Why?
Under Tinubu's words. You didn't hear when Atiku was complaining that his businesses have been destroyed. Did you hear him? He said it, and so the man is looking for a way to collect a pound of flesh from Tinubu for what he has done to his businesses. They want to play the spoiler and all that, maybe to deny him northern votes. And so they have different agenda. There's no way you can rule it out. If they wanted to, they would have done it. I mean, last year, they would have come together last year. But you can see they couldn't. So, on what ground can they come together now when they are already candidates of their different political parties? If they do that now, their followers will feel betrayed. They will feel betrayed, and that's why it cannot work. Seriously. Because each of them feel that they have a large following to win this election. Of course. And so how can they now merge it with another person? That is just the truth. They want to try their strength individually. Because they believe that 2023 cannot be 2027. That is just what they believe in. That's it.
All right. So at this point in time, is it not now left for Nigerians to decide what they want? Because, I mean, we have about 19 political parties participating in the upcoming general elections, okay? And these 19 political parties from the 19th of August will now start trying to supposedly grapple for the heart of Nigerians or whom they would trust. Now, part of the persons who signed this letter where they wrote to the opposition, the letter was signed by the former National Vice Chairman Salihu Lukman, representing Northwest. He was a former APC National Vice Chairman. He's no longer in the APC. And former House of Rep member Nenna Ukeje, former Kogi State Deputy Governor Simon Achuba, Professor Anthony Kila, and 96 other prominent Nigerians. They're part of this G100. They're saying that the current challenges go beyond inflation, unemployment, and poverty, arguing that the country's democracy is under greater threats because of a weak and divided opposition. Are the opposition weak and divided, or are they just giving a facade that they're weak and divided? Yes, you now have different political parties, opposition being part of the context. But is that something that we do not know that could be cooking?
You know, we have been playing politics of big manism.
Okay.
Politics of one-man show. Politics of strong men. If not, with the number of registered voters, I think if they should come out to vote, the votes can go and enter. I will not be surprised if each of them they go as high as 20 million voters and more, depending on who is going to win. But the thing is that we don't be allowed to come and vote. That is not the issue. If we don't have to come and vote, if all of them should come and vote, maybe it will deepen our democracy. All this coming together, whatever. No. You want me to believe that one man is too strong, that he needed the coalition to overcome him. Someone is too strong that he needed people to come together like a trouble. Where do you put your hand to stand the man road and fall him down and start standing on him? This is the pressure that we are creating. But it's not how this is played where we copy this. The answer is capital no. The answer is capital no. But you know, when we have been living in denial over the years, it will take time for people to re-engineer our psyche, to tell us that this is how this thing should be done. The day we start doing free and fair election, you'll be shocked the number of votes we are going to get in a particular voting cycle. You'll be shocked, seriously. After all, the people went to register, almost 90-something million. So, why can't these people come out to vote? Have you asked yourself that question? People should come out to vote. You don't need any coalition to defeat anybody. The voters will speak their mind at the polling unit. That is not the truth. It is because of this politics of strong men in Nigeria. When you are in power, you now use state resources to entrench yourself, to compromise all the institutions of state, to muzzle down the opposition. Look, if you try this outside the ESTA, if you try it, they will sanction you. You know exactly. You know what will happen. In fact, the institutions will not even allow you. But if you are caught, ESTA, they will sanction you that you are trying to cheat in an election. Nobody will allow it over there. Nobody. It can never happen. But in here, we accept it as a norm because it has been going on over the years and nobody has been sanctioned. In spite of all the laws, in spite of all the agreements, in spite of all the promises, during the election proper, ESTA, everything will go haywire. All the rules and regulations will be thrown overboard. And so, it is all about winning the election. Not even deepening democracy, no. It is winning the election. And then they will clap for themselves and then you won the election through brigandage, through violence. And you are clapping and you're celebrating it, ESTA. When I tell you that we are behind the human race, I have my facts. Because where people are living, where you have people with integrity, where you have people that have respect for rule of, this kind of thing cannot happen. It can never happen. Where election is seen as a war, full-scale war, where guns, majesty are displayed, not because we want to win the election. And you are telling me that if we win the election, you go home and celebrate. On what ground? ESTA, on what ground can you do that? So we are going to get worse before it will get better. I'm looking at it. It will get worse before it will get better. Because the politics is already entrenched or saturated with violence. ESTA, violence. Go and check the hospital elections. What happened? Go and check what happened. It's a precursor of what is going to happen in the election proper. They just tested the ground. And you think that they are joking. No, they are not joking. They use all those elections to test the ground. Even I've told you here that Jonathan is an experiment APC conducted. You will know that the result of that experiment will come out in 2001. That is when you know the result of that experiment. And so the gladiators, ESTA, they are not thinking of deepening democracy or growing Nigeria into a formidable state. They are after what they are going to get from national coffers. That's why they do everything to get into power. They are not there to deepen democracy. They are not there to develop Nigeria. If not, ask yourself, how could somebody fail? For 4 years, you failed completely on all fronts, on all the promises. And you are beating yourself that you want to go in again and people are going to vote for you. Is it normal?
All right, sir. But before we go ahead, we're hearing of issues within the opposition camp. For example, the ADC keeps attacking the NDC. We're even hearing that a senator representing Kano Central District, Rufai Sani Hanga, who was a major proponent of the OK movement, that is Peter Obi and Kwankwaso coming together, has left. And we saw pictures of him a few days ago with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. There are also talks that you will have more of these members being approached by the APC. 2 days ago, we saw some obedient members, from other states or regions who kind of pushed and galvanized for Peter Obi. They've been properly integrated into the APC with Sheyi Tinubu, the president's son's camp. I mean, the unveiling was 2 or 3 days ago. They were all singing, "On your mandate, we should stand." Now, all the tactics, strategies they applied in 2023 to push for Peter Obi is what they would eventually tell the APC members what they did and how they intend to usurp votes from some of those areas. And these concerns, we don't know how the management or the team of the opposition intends to address this. Now, there are talks that Kwankwaso has the structure, Peter Obi has the followers. And some people feel that Kwankwaso wants to integrate the obedience into the Kwankwasia movement. He has the structure, Peter Obi has the followers. So if you have obedience integrated into the OK movement, it helps for Kwankwaso in 2031. There are also accusations that they may not necessarily be looking forward to winning these elections, considering how tough Bola Tinubu is, but they are pushing to ensure that 2031 works. If that is the case, then what exactly are we up to?
There is nothing wrong in that. You know, in politics, everybody is sure of winning. There is nothing wrong because Kwankwaso is looking at 2031 when the party will be shifted to the north.
Yes.
Either Obi wins or Tinubu wins. The thing is that by 2031, it will definitely go to the north. Is that not true?
Yeah.
And so, a good politician will position himself toward that. And I think that's what Kwankwaso is doing. Because you never can tell who will come up in the north to replace him from ADC. You never can tell. Because I don't see Tinubu handing over to somebody who will not cover his back. That is not the strategy here. And that's what they are planning. So, I wouldn't blame Kwankwaso for planning ahead, for thinking ahead. That's not the reality. You know, in Nigerian politics, you plan ahead. You don't wait on ED. No, you don't. That's why you saw APC campaigning from 2023. Doing everything from 2023. They started laying the foundation for what they're going to see next year. And we are doing that because they have the resources. And if the opposition were to be pushing as hard as the ruling party, where will the funds come from for campaign proper? When it comes to campaign proper, where will the funds come from? Then tomorrow, obviously, for not doing a campaign, for not meeting the people and all that. People will use it against them. That's why maybe they are lying low. They are lying low because they want to conserve their funds for election proper, for campaign proper. That is the way I look at it. So nobody should blame them. It is where they found themselves. And because the institutions of states are so weak to the excesses of the ruling party. That is just the reality, Esther. If people should have a level playing field, a level playing ground, no questions cannot happen. It cannot happen because somebody will go to ask, where did they get the money for this thing you are doing? They will trace the funds where it is coming from. But who will do that? Who will do that? Even with the number of funds or the amount of money that electoral law has apportioned to all the political gladiators, are they going to obey it? You know it will never happen. You know. In fact, this election may be the costliest in the history of this country. Well, if you compute the amount going on and the one that is yet to come, it is going to be the most costliest. Seriously.
All right, sir. Let's look at this. Immediately after Cardinal John Onaikon's appearance, the next thing we heard about killings in Kano and also abduction of a seminarian in Enugu State. Do you think there's a connection to that?
They want to tell you that you're not talking to yourself. They don't have any respect for you. They believe that you cannot do anything. Okay, did you do anything? Answer, did you do anything? So I have told you, in fact, when each time I remember this, it is annoying. Very, very annoying, seriously. That was how the jihadists conquered most of Christian states in Africa. By this type of intimidation and brigandage and violence. That was their modus operandi. And they are displaying it in Nigeria. That is just their modus operandi. And people are not looking at it from that angle. We don't talk. Nobody is saying anything. Nobody. By the way, do you think they have stopped? Just wait until this week ends now. Just wait before the end of this week. They are going to do more because they know you will not retaliate. Meanwhile, the government and their supporters are denying that there is Christian killing, Christian genocide in Nigeria. I have asked that question, but I'm asking again. Is this only in Kaduna South that you have human beings, sister? When last did you hear that anybody attacked anybody in the northern Kaduna? When last did you hear something, sister? Or is that nobody living in northern Kaduna? No human beings there. Who are the people there? Every time Kaduna Southern is because you can't how many times they have attacked that particular area. It is over 100 times. Go and look at the history. So why is it always Southern Kaduna? Because that is where the Christians are living in that state. You can imagine. And so people are still denying that there is no Christian genocide. This is an issue that the Christian leaders should have taken up. Taking up. And you see people coming all over the world to support them. That's the truth. Everyone help those who help themselves. I've said it severally. If we don't do something about this, like I told you, you wake up and discover that this country is now as an Islamic state. Is that the time you start fighting? So is that the time you start legitimate?
All right, sir. We'll
Christians
take
have to wake up. They need to wake up, Esther. We have been insulted too much. They need to wake up.
All right, so we'll take a very short break and the evening rush continues. Ladies and gentlemen, do kindly stay with us. We'll be right back very shortly.
Give malaria a double punch of Artesunate and Ammonia Queen. An effective combination that Camosunate. 3 days anti-malaria therapy. Comes in 4 different packs for different age groups. No 1 year, 1 to 6 years, 7 to 13 years, 14 and above. Camosunate.
Camosunate, effective anti-malaria for all ages. Marketed by Janet Pharmaceuticals Limited. If symptoms persist after 3 days, please see your doctor. Read the leaflet inside.
You are listening to your number one station. The Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. Do not touch that dial.
Parents, you've worked hard to give your child the very best future. With a 90% graduate employment rate in the first 6 months of graduation, that future could be right here at Lancaster University, Ghana, the only British branch campus in sub-Saharan Africa. The same globally recognized UK degree, accredited to the highest international standards, all within a modern learning environment. Applications are now open. Visit lancaster.edu.gh to apply today. Lancaster University, Ghana, a global degree at your doorstep.
To the city's #1 super dial. Voice of the People, 90.3 FM, Lagos.
House dey dark and NEPA bill dey choke. E dey worry you as e dey affect your business. So no turn don come. Imagine say you wake up for morning, light no shake, fridge don block, business no get wahala, everything dey okay. No be dream o. With Yohaku, na you dey control your light. Yohaku dey sell gas cooker, freezer, fridge, and dem go furnish you with modern kitchen o. Whether na inverter, batteries, panels, smart street lights, be na solar AC system wey you wan use for house, business, abi for industrial work, Yohaku stand chim to help you. Bye to NEPA bill o. No wait till transformer go spoil again o. Oh yeah, run call Yohaku for 070-121-30260 or 080-324-82573, or you fit to call 080-669-60066. For Lagos, we there for shop F1179 industrial section, or Alaba International Market, or shop G6 electronic section, Alaba International Market, Headline, Uche Ubochi Plaza, Abuja office na Corporate 13, Dubai International Market, back of Games Village, Karo District for Abuja. For Port Harcourt, we there for number 51, Oporo Road, Eziowa Elite Trade Center, For River State, Yohako. Website na www.yohakoproducts.com. Online store na www.yohakostore.com. Yohako. From sun to earth, we dey make your mind dey cool.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is still the evening rush right here on Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. My name is Esther Wachuku, and of usual, today's Monday, so I have Darlington Agumore joining us via the telephone while we discuss certain issues affecting Nigeria's politics. Mr. David Umahi came out to categorically tell us that things are okay, that he went to meet the president, and the president said, Oga, just do your work, keep constructing your roads, you're doing your job. You always have people who critique you and supposedly enemies, right? So regardless of what anybody says, just go ahead and do the needful, as regards to what is concerns you. And in this regard, Nigerians now said so. No due protocol can be observed. Nobody knows what it entails to do the needful. Imagine if the kind of punitive measure an average Nigerian would have gone through if it had to do with them. And like I told you earlier, ECOWAS, the questions are, why is ECOWAS coming now to disclose what they disclosed? Because immediately after the president was inaugurated, he became the chairman of the Economic Community of West African States. So these statements about how the 2023 elections were conducted, why are they making it sound like it's something that they did not know then? Why were they mute? Darlington Agumore, thank you for staying on the line with us. So very quickly, why is ECOWAS speaking now about how the 2023 elections were conducted, supposedly with how the portal, INEC portal, the IRF portal, National Assembly, House of Rep, as well as presidential. But obviously others went, but presidential could not go through. I'm sure you listened to that audio. So the question is, why now?
Answer, there is nothing that is too late, especially if you want to do the right thing. But in Nigeria, we measure on minor. I was thinking that by now, National Assembly would have done the needful to correct the infractions experienced in 2023. Is that not true? At least make laws and all that to checkmate what is going on, to checkmate the executive. In fact, everything is upside down because the National Assembly, the Parliament, anywhere in the world, is known to be the most powerful among three types of government because of the roles they play. But in here, they have turned out to be errand boys to the executive. Their role and their powers have been taken away from them. That is why this Prince Adeyemi's scandal broke out. Because if this National Assembly were to do their job, they would have dictated this thing when they were doing the oversight function and all that during the passage of the budget. They would have finished. But because of this mentality that anything that the president brings before them, they will just approve it and nothing will happen. After all, they are majority in the House, APC members. Now they are shifting the place, calling the head of service. They are calling this one, they are calling the other person. But who is calling them out? The National Assembly. Where were they when this budget was passed? Are they not supposed to have seen it? You can see how they are cleverly shifted their responsibility to people in Answer Rock. And no Nigeria is asking them questions. No Nigeria is talking. And so, I don't expect any miracle from this influencer. Seriously, I don't. They have disappointed themselves, and I'm sure the embarrassment is on them. Unfortunately, nobody is calling them out. Because Nigeria should have been asking them, when this budget was passed, where were you when this agency was brought to you before you? I mean, you want to have seen it. If you are actually doing your work, you want to have seen it. But today, now, nobody is calling them out. Nobody. They are very poor responsibility to scrutinize the budget. To scrutinize all the agencies of government. You can see, they have been exposed. Nigerians now know that these people in that Sano chamber, they are just there on a jamboree. They are not serving us seriously. If we are doing this scandal wouldn't have broken. They would have seen it from the beginning. They would have seen it. That's just the truth.
All right, sir. Finally, the Presidential Working Group on the National Policing Bill has announced that the proposed executive bill on state policing will be presented to the President on September 3, 2026. The chairman of that working group is the President's Chief of Staff, Femi Gbajabiamila. He disclosed this while addressing journalists at the Villa today after the committee's inaugural meeting. Tinubu had inaugurated the Presidential Committee in July to develop the legal and operational framework for the implementation of state police across the country. So Gbaja said the committee had adopted a 7-week work program for the preparation, review, and eventual submission of the proposed legislation. And the Chief of Staff explained that a national consultation will be held after the completed draft had received the President's approval. He said the exercise would give Nigerians and relevant stakeholders an opportunity to examine the proposed provisions, including safeguards, funding arrangements, and the process for transitioning to a dual policing system. This is a good development, right? Since we've all been asking for state police, it's actually coming to fruition. Some persons will say that this is the beginning of a regional system of government. What's your take on that?
Until they tell us what is in that police act, until they tell us why the secrecy.
Why the secrecy?
I will not take them serious. Yes.
What secrecy?
Yes. The secret of how it was passed in the House. Why didn't they allow the members of the legislature to go to it? I mean, didn't you hear the walkout when it was passed? Didn't you see the walkout? There are more to it. And even some of the things we are hearing about state commissioner of police being controlled from Abuja again. The governor will appoint, but when Abuja will not intervene to resolve the matter. This is a part of what we are hearing, but until I see it, I will not see that here anymore. Because that's how we celebrated local government in national autonomy. And not today.
But it seems the president is serious about this. Although some opposition are afraid, like some Nigerians are afraid that this could be used to harass anybody or intimidate anyone that is considered an opposition of the state government.
I disagree. The way he's going about it is to serve his own selfish interest.
How?
This is for political reasons.
Sir, most Nigerians, specifically within security, they're saying that once we have state police, then obviously the police would fight and combat this. The governors would not have to wait for Aso Rock to give an order.
How can that be? Was it not because of insecurity that you started the state police?
Yes.
Now you are telling me that if any terrorist has any state, you will take him to Abuja. It is a federal offense, and the one that will advocate on it. So what is the essence? Tell me. Esther, what is the essence? Just to protect the terrorists. Is there any other reason?
No, I don't understand. If you have state police, would they still need Abuja's approval to do what they need to do? It's not within the state governors to execute whatever measure it is to protect their people.
The real issue is security. The real issue is security, Esther. And they're telling you that if any terrorist is arrested in any state, you hand them back to the police in Abuja. It's not what you are hearing. So what is the essence of creating the police? Cannot handle their matter concerning their state. Anything within their environment. You arrest a terrorist in Imo State, you now package him and hand over to somebody in Abuja, and you wouldn't know how to end or how it will go. Esther, does it make sense to you? Does it make sense to you? So this thing is not clear. It's not clear to you. The people may celebrate it, but I will not. Because of the way it is going and what you are hearing. Why is there no public hearing on this matter, Esther?
The chief of staff said that a national consultation will be held after the completed draft had received the president's approval. Then there will now be a national consultation on it.
Even giving this matter to Majadila, in fact, it's the heart of it. Seriously, for a man with such a matter on his head, on his hand, that he has not been cleared, you now give him additional responsibility.
But sir, for example, the working group invited memoranda, position papers, practical recommendations from individuals, civil society organizations, security experts, state governments, and other interested parties. So they opened it up, to like representatives of the public. So it's not a secret or hidden agenda, as you're saying, in regards to this. But Gbajabiamila and the president would not know precisely or exactly what to do without consulting widely.
You know that, and look, Esther, for Tinubu to hand over that matter to the chief of staff is a no-no, because the National Assembly is there. This is clearly their responsibility, Esther. The National Assembly is the one who's supposed to be this safely. That is why they are there to make laws. Why should I submit a memorandum to Gbajabiamila? On what ground? Please tell me, on what ground? Security experts, all the military chiefs and all that. They should hand over to Gbajabiamila on what ground? A chief of staff. So we don't know the responsibility. On what ground should that happen, Esther? I mean, this is not how things are done. Seriously. I don't know why Tinubu just get to do things upside down. You have to do something. You have to do that. You have to do it properly. That's what we are saying. Do it properly. Properly, then we know that yes, it will stand the test of time. Not something that somebody will come tomorrow and begin to see all the roads we need, begin to see all the landmines, begin to see what we have cause problems. Is that what you want? The other one that I've done before, did we benefit anything from them? I will not crying. I will not see all the things that are wrong with it up to now. From the tax reform to local government and financial autonomy, are they properly done or implemented? Esther, tell me the truth. No, are they properly done or implemented? So why can't you do something properly? If you have good intention, do it properly. That's what we are saying. You say you want to do so, do it properly so that nobody will accuse you tomorrow of having a hidden agenda. Everything is shrouded in secrecy, in ambiguity. You cannot come back and say yes. This is yes. You can lie the case of. You can, in fact, it is sustainable. Those laws, they are not sustainable. This has to stop. You will see later. You will see that somebody will bring it out and you begin to see all the loopholes. Why have they not made it public, Esther? This has to stop. Do you know that it has not been launched? Are you aware? Are you aware that it has not been launched? We don't know where it is going. We don't know what it contains. So why? That girls are not asking questions seriously. They are not. That's just the truth.
All right, so thank you so much for your time. I would call you possibly if you need to respond to some questions from the callers and the listeners. All right?
No problem.
All right. Make sure you're here on Thursday physically.
Okay.
All right, that was Darlington Agumar with us today. This evening, it's time for us to quickly get your reaction, ladies and gentlemen. So, Please, I would love to know your logical opinions or perception to what we discussed this evening. And I mean logical. What I mean by that is, let's know precisely what would be the recommendation. Let's assume that these people are listening to us. They're listening to the conversation we're having. What would you recommend? Should the opposition come together now? How would they do that? How would they combine themselves? What are the practical ways to make that happen? Is it too late? Campaigns will begin on the 19th of this month. All right. Then the president, would he continue the backlash on the Catholics? I mean, the segmentation of religion really impacting true governance. The conversation should be about governance, actually, and not what church or what one person says. Then a self-reflection of this administration. Do they indeed believe that they did right by Nigerians in this first 4 years? Admittedly, the quagmire, the conundrum Nigerians go through have been pre-existent even before the administration came on board. Agreed, there were serious challenges, but things got worse. What did you make better from the previous administration you took over from? You know, these are questions we need to ask ourselves. What were the things you made better? You removed fuel subsidy. Agreed. You said the administration could not sustain subsidy, so you removed it. So what has gotten better since you removed it? That's a very big question. The previous administration, we experienced quite a lot. There was inflation, true. Monies were being wasted, no accountability as well. There was brazenness, and then it was obvious that there was serious religious conflict during the previous administration. But a bag of rice or even staple food items or household items, well, they were not this expensive as they were now. So has this administration done a proper reflection on what they promised Nigerians during the campaign? The president had once said, let the poor breathe. Mr. President, are the poor currently breathing? I recall you made that statement because of the Naira redesign policy, which you believed was deliberately introduced at a very critical time of campaign. It was to supposedly limit your reach with any form of influence financially. So you said, let the poor breathe. Mr. President, is the poor breathing? Were you able to resolve insecurity? Did you do the economic restructuring you promised? Yes. Policies on paper sound good. The ideas and the blueprint to the international community actually sounds favorable. But the true life lived reality of the average Nigerian, is it reflective? Let's be practical about these things and not about those who are benefiting from the government. All right, opportunities, job opportunities. How many people are able to access this? Small scale businesses, are they able to stay afloat? What is the money loaning system like? Electricity is poor. So how are companies manufacturing that need and rely heavily on electricity? How are they coping? These are the things you promised that you were going to prioritize on. So what do you want to campaign with? Or what are you going to campaign on? What would you say now from August 19 that will make Nigerians trust you and believe you when you decide to come back in 2031, or why they should vote you back in 2031? This is not about anybody choosing sides. It's about the reality. Let's be objective for once. 08036929933, 08036929933, and the WhatsApp number is 0817-1756-338, 0817-1756-338. Hello, good evening.
Hello, Esther.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
Good evening.
Welcome. I can hear you. What is your name? Hello? This our place. I don't even understand the network in this our new building. No. It seems if they must me, I don't tire. It's enfranchising my callers from having access. I am practically not happy, Mr. Chairman. Please do something about this. 08036929933. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
I can hear you. Good evening, sir. What is your name?
My name is Osinachi. I'm calling from Papa.
Osinachi, your voice is very low. Can you project?
Okay, I'm calling from Papa.
All right, Osinachi, welcome. Please go ahead.
My sister, this country is going on here every day. The kind of things we hear. So that this government, they are not ready to do anything. Leave it to room what is so all we are telling that government
Osinachi, your voice is low. Are you using earpiece? Hello? How do you go? All right, let's try the WhatsApp number 0817 1756 338. 0817 1756 338. Hello? Hello? Hello, good evening.
Can you hear me, Esther?
Yes, I can hear you. Good evening. What is your name?
This is Malik speaking. Esther.
Malik, my boo. How are you?
You want to give Talitin in kind? Don't
How?
let me throw your gumel.
How?
Try it though. If you try it, there'll be no election 2027. There'll be no election 2027. Try it. We'll continue the way we are.
Malik,
Good
welcome.
evening, Esther. How you doing?
I did.
How you doing? Anyway, Charlie Boy is choked to. There's serious hold up in Charlie Boy. So in case you're going there, change your route.
Chineke now.
Serious one, no. The hold up don't get belly, but no if you born.
No wonder. Coming to work today, my tea fare was very high. What is going on there?
Esther, you don't tell me you need a car now.
I need a car.
After the show, let me know. Let me know after the show.
I should let you know.
Let me after the show. After the show. We shouldn't expose ourselves. I'm a full APC member. We'll give anything givable. We don't give phones anymore. We'll give cars now. Branded cars.
Okay, Malik. Go ahead.
Esther, I will not blame the president for what he's doing. You will blame the people of Nigeria. All the senior lawyers them and all the businessmen them that could not drag this issue of education result and allowed it to beat you today. They should go and sleep and keep quiet about the president's results. It's late. They shouldn't talk about his results. There's nothing you do about it. It's our fault. If we came together after the election and with a serious protest and said if you don't have your primary school certificate or secondary school or anything, you cannot contest the election. We need not come and run. We all kept quiet. Like Nigeria, make it be, no concern me. You go concern now. Look, if the hunger no kill us, we'll kill the hunger. Also, I said they want to come and form Votron. It's too late to apologize. You cannot form Votron now again, no. With all your greed, all of you presented that greedy, I want to take it all alone. Keep quiet and go and run the election and see if you win or not. Then the people of Nigeria, because of our wickedness, selfishness, and stinginess, we also don't look for fence. Moko, keep quiet. We are waiting for someone to come and do it for you. Even God cannot do it for you. It is you that will do it yourself. God can only bless your effort. If you like go and pray from now till tomorrow and wait for God, we will not go chop. Esther, we are the cause of our problem, not anybody. We, the people of Nigeria, we are the genesis of the problem and we are the revelation. So we are ready to change the country. The country will not change. Esther, this man is paying 11 trillion for subsidy. Buhari was paying 7 trillion and was buying for 187 naira. Even when they came out and said he was paying 11 trillion, nobody come, nobody talk, nobody kept quiet. What kind of country is this? Because what you eat from the small crumbs? For what? And want the man to change the country? We never see anything. Esther, don't mind them. Come after the show and get your car. Inshallah, I'll buy you jumbo jet. Good evening.
All right, Malik, thank you so much for calling. 0817 1756 338. 0817 1756 338. That's the number. Please, let's try and call the WhatsApp line. I beg. I don't know what's going on with the phone lines. The audio is very poor. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening. My name is Chibuza. I'm calling from Ijegun.
Chibuza from Ijegun, welcome. How you doing?
Everything finished.
Hello?
Because Malik don't spoke everything finished. The funny enough is say our president, he said there's no more paying for subsidy. But now, all the more.
Hello?
Hello?
You don't get internet, ni? Or person they call you?
Somebody they call me back, but I don't call the call. So this funny enough is say, what's going on in this country?
Hello?
Call me.
Okay, it's like somebody is really calling you. So let me take all that calls, okay? Hello, good evening. How are you? Good evening, sir.
Yeah, this is Mayor from Ikotegbe.
Mayor, welcome. How are you?
I'm not okay, Esther.
Bele.
okay, no matter how bad I am, no matter how good I am, even if I'm fellow, people are dying on daily basis, and your place after election, after how to win, after how to grab, after how to snatch, and run away with it. Esther, this election is not about P2B. It's not about Atiku. It's not about Adebayo who. It's about Nigeria. We are feeling the pain. We are feeling the trouble. We are being pained. We are being pained on daily basis, Esther. You push me. What's your position? Who is your position? People can afford to buy a position of for 1 million naira, and you don't complain. Like what I think. All of them that every show where can do it. Can near you do it? Can near you buy it? This has a lot to eat and drink. This is like between Tinubu and Nigeria, the hungry Nigeria. You need to be alone. We are the opposition. If we die, we die. If we should perish.
You say if we perish, we perish. If we die, we die.
Between we and Tinubu, it shall come to pass by grace of God. We're going to tell you that we are the whole of Nigeria. The God bless his father, his mother. The bless all of us. So enough is Nigeria should come out. Leave all the pastors. Because let me tell you, the elites and APC are the problem of Nigerians. Because we're in contact with them. They are comfortable. They send them money. Why me and you is suffering? See, this is about to finish. Try to finish. God bless you.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you so much. I've been writing to invite the president whenever he comes to Lagos for us to have an interview. If he doesn't want to come to the studio, he can give us an appointment to visit him. Let's have an exclusive with him. We've been writing to make sure that we have that exclusive interview with him where we ask blunt questions to the president. This time around, it's not about having to divert, no, direct questions. And the questions will be based on what he criticized the government of the day under Jonathan and what he's been able to do. What changed? What happened? That's what we've been actually doing. We want to really do that now that the campaigns are coming up. Possibly he'll be granting the press audience. And so when he comes to Lagos, at least he will definitely come to Lagos to finalize all the mobilization, the APC guys, all the different segments of APC supporting mobilization groups. All of them, they're all going to meet, they're going to have dinner, they're going to have strategic conversations. All the measures they put on ground, all the things they've done, they're all now going to collaborate. Like major things they've been doing actively since 2024, not necessarily 2023, but you see since 2024, active collaborations and on the ground, whatever has been working on. So now, right now, they're done with all of those things. They just need to harmonize everybody. People have been given assignments to do. They've been working, if you guys don't even know, they've been working like seriously. Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello?
Calling. Name is calling.
Hello? Hello? Your network is very poor. Kindly call us back. I don't know what is going on this evening, though. I don't want to have a conspiracy theory, but it is well. Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening, sir. How are you?
This is Williams on the line from Egbeda Axis.
Mr. Williams, is this your first time?
Yes.
Is this your first time?
Hello?
Is this your first time?
Hello?
Mr. Williams, is this your first time of calling on this program?
Hello?
Okay, it's official. This is sabotage. Austin, come again now. This is sabotage. 08036929933 and the WhatsApp number is 0817175638. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
Sir, this is
Emeka
from Ogun State.
From Ogun State. Welcome.
Yes. Sir, you are going to be asking us how is our mental health, not even how we do.
Emeka, how is your mental health, Bikonu? See, I want to hide under and drink drink water.
Nigeria condition have turned my mental health into upside down. Yes, did you hear me, ba?
I did hear you.
Now, the question you asked before you began to pick call. Esther, please help me to be asking the Nigerians that want to vote this man back. Now they voted him, not even president. You are going to ask the question. Ask the Nigerians that they are head, they're normal. Ask them the question. The person you want to vote now, how much the person that was there before borrow and they hold it, and how much now him himself now don't borrow. Now, how much was bag of rice when he entered there, and how much is bag of rice there? How many number? I mean, the numbers of the people that they killed the time of Buhari, and what is the numbers of people they have killed when he entered there? Now, how much was fuel when he entered there, and how much was fuel now? Is fuel now. Now, any normal Nigerian when get common sense supposed to look what in there happen, go to market and see what in there happen, then talk to himself and advise himself that this person, if he enter the next, Esther, do you know how much I bought a bag of cement? Some days ago, about 12,700 naira.
Yeah, has it
When
been
somebody
increased?
build a
It was
house,
12.5 before. It's now 12.7.
yeah, do you know now? Is stick. Do you know how much? Esther, now when somebody do all those things, even most of all the houses that collapsing, is it not because of management of materials, because they are so expensive? What are we talking about? So how can normal Nigeria now say one hold this man back? Now, did you worry the person? Esther, good night.
Good night, Emeka from Ogun State. 08036929933 08171756 Hello.
Hello, Esther.
Good evening.
How are you?
I am fine, sir. Welcome.
My name is Esther.
What is your name, sir?
Nice job.
Thank you.
Thank God for your life.
Thank you, sir. Thank God for your life as well.
My name is Onyeze.
Onyeze.
Yes, I'm calling from Jokara.
All right, Onyeze, welcome.
You see, Esther, there are some things we don't realize yet. That Nigeria is a failure. Huge failure. Big failure. As a said there was a country. There's no country again. And before we get country, now we don't get country again. Everything Baba Kela said about Nigeria is playing out.
Onyeze, can you turn down the volume of your radio?
Okay, let me move the volume.
Completely, like turn it off completely.
Okay. Everything I was said about Nigeria is playing out now. And nobody can come to our rescue. And Nigerians are making matters worse. Even when we take live our life, we tolerate a lot of things. Look at what our leaders are doing. Look at Bajabi Amina's case. Look at a lot of cases. Nobody is doing anything. Nobody is protesting. Nobody is talking. I don't know why I came to Nigeria to be a citizen. I'm just so tired about this country and all the things, all the shenanigans, all the things happening in Nigeria. Our politicians are raping us. And nobody can protest, nobody can talk. We are all afraid of the repercussion. Nobody wants to die, nobody wants to. Esther. Good night.
Good night, Onyeze. Good night. 08036929933. That's the number to call. 08036929933. The WhatsApp number is 08171756 Hello, good evening.
Hello, Esther. Good evening.
Good evening, Shola. How are you today?
I'm good, though.
Welcome.
Happy Monday.
Same to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, Esther.
Sir?
In fact, it's such a very pitiable situation for Nigeria.
One lie.
When I was listening to Keyamo, look at the excuse he was giving. The excuse making for the president. Great men. They study from home. Meanwhile, today I saw another video of Bualia, another apologies of the president. I think that was years back. Bualia was making reference to the court case that Keyamo brought up against the president about his certificate.
Yeah.
Did you see that video?
Yes.
And look, these same people now, they are now in the bad wagon among the sycophants, praising the president. And you know what even makes me sadder, if there's a word like that, is that I don't know who made that statement. Okay, it was Sanusi. He said Nigerians are classless people. He said most of the things these people are doing at the top, he said many Nigerians will do the same. You know, I mentioned something yesterday. Esther, it is not titled that takes one to heaven. No. I'm a deacon. I'm an ordained deacon in the church.
Wow.
But the Bible says that, I'm telling you the truth now. But the Bible says the truth. He said, shall set you free. And they're saying again that, he said, faith without works is what? Is dead.
Is dead.
The same Jesus Christ, our Lord and personal Savior, he took actions when they were doing buying and selling in the synagogue.
Yes.
He did not, it's not God that came to flog those people out.
Jesus did. He was angry.
He flogged them out of that place. And you will see people, we are so too over spiritual. I like the way you defend them. You understood. Esther, you are a very intelligent human being. And
Thank
God
you.
will continue to bless you.
Thank you so
You
much.
defended
Sir.
me yesterday. So I just have to say, see, Nigerians, we have a lot of issues. Nigeria is just like a whale that the wave put ashore. And instead of people pushing it back, they started cutting it. Let me cut my own. Let me cut my own. Let me cut my own. That is Nigeria. Until we change our mindset, until we are ready. I'm still saying it again. None of this opposition, we are the opposition. The Bible says that righteousness uphold a nation. Righteousness. Sin is a reproach. I'm telling you, the Bible says that when the wicked bear it through, it said the people mourn. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. Many of us, we need to change our ways. We are just religious. We are not godly. Look at all those nations, developed nations of the world. How many churches do they have there? Do they build? They have factories. But the tenets of their rules, of their law is taken from the Bible. Love your neighbor as yourself. You don't go to even maltreat an animal abroad. Esther, are you with me?
I'm listening to you. You know, Shola, I've been asking a question. If they listen to the people, you know, I think Nigerians are very easy people to deal with, to be honest with you, because they are very tolerant and they are very absorbent. Some Nigerians are temperamental because of the scenario they found themselves in. And when I mean temperamental is that they're always on the go. They are born hustlers. Wherever they go, you would know them. They're different. They can accommodate any difficult situation. They can absorb it. But my question is, do they listen? Why are they not listening?
See, the thing is that you mentioned something now that you are working towards inviting the president.
Yes, I've been writing to him so that we can invite him.
Do you know the reason? They will not come. The psychophants around him will not let him come. But one thing that you say that Nigerians are easy to lead, see, is a weakness. We have been conditioned, you understand, by this oligarchy. You understand? We have been conditioned through our leaders in the religious sector, even in the politician. They know how they get us. You understand? So we are the rung of the ladder down. We are our own problem. I'm telling you, when they need to use religion to tie us down, they will use it. When they need to use promises to tie, they use it. When they when they need to use the divisive tactics, you understand? Divide and rule. But on tribal this thing, they will do it. So we need to snap out of all of this and take the bull by the horn. Jesus, he said, he who is trying to safeguard his life, he said, you have lost it already. What is the essence? Well, okay, we are living corpse. Do you know how many people are living corpse up and down? I don't even answer people again. Some people, when they greet you on the road, you know they want to beg. Me too, I've not even taken care of myself. And you let the election come now, Esther. I'll round up now. Let the election come. You will see. My biggest surprise will be if Nigerians will take the bull by the horn. I'm telling you, we are full of rhetorics. I'm talking by experience, so I don't need to start narrating some things. So people say, me too, I don't need to say some things. People have left me before Ikotun. I told you before now, during NSAS. They pursued us. I told the people, I said, let's go and explain to them that there's coffee. Everybody left me around. They took me to the police station. I was released, miracle. I'm telling you, that was why I knew the Nigerians. See, we are just, forget Nigerians, we have a big issue. It's a self-afflicted and inflicted problem that we have until we have a rebirth within ourselves and decide. But that time we come, it might just be late. It might be late. Look at the children of Israel now. Moses led them. They followed him. How many Nigerians? We are so scared. It's a weakness without tolerance. It's a weakness. Esther, let me leave room for others to talk.
All right,
Thank you
Shola,
very
thank
much.
you so much for calling. Thank you. All right. We had other conversations on the response of Minister Works, Mr. Dave Umar. He's saying the president defended him by saying, go do your work. So, believing that social media noise does not work, the president will not listen to anybody pressuring anyone to do anything. I've not heard you guys response or reaction to that. What say you concerning what David Umar he said, Senator David Umar he said? All right, 08036929933. Hello, good evening. Turn down the volume of your radio. Good evening, sir. How are you? Turn down the volume of your radio. Turn it off.
I need your assistance to the Nigerians. I have one sickness here, but I need money to buy drugs. That's what is doing me. Seizure, heart failure, and diabetes.
What is wrong with you?
Seizure, diabetes, and heart failure.
Where are you?
I'm at home now.
Is this your number?
This is my number.
Okay, I'm going to take a screenshot of it. All right, so what is your name?
My name is Olariwaju.
Olariwaju. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Ilasa.
From Ilasa?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to call you. And this number is on WhatsApp, right?
I'm not on WhatsApp, but I'm using small phone.
Now, wow. All right, okay. All right, sir, thank you. I'll call you after the program. All right, good evening. 08036929933. That's the number to call. All right. Hello. Good evening.
Sister.
Sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm doing okay.
Welcome, Boyson.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And you know that you're doing a very great job.
Thank you very much,
It's
sir.
not easy. It's a very great job that you're doing. You may not even know.
Thank you. Thank you.
But posterity will judge.
Amen.
Thank you very much.
All right, sir.
You see, what I want to tell you now is it is now getting out of hand. Mark my words. Nigerians are beginning to, how do I put it? Nigerians are waking up. And I think I've had some people talk. I know what they've been saying. And those who feel that they are the owners of this country,
Yes, sir.
Esther, soon as they will regret it. Soon as it's that they just, it's not about just to call on, on phone and on your station. And we want the government in power to do the right thing. Please, let them do the right thing before it is too late. And I will advise the
Hello? Boyson, I think you got a call. 08036929933. That's the number to call. Hello, good evening. Hello? Hello?
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. What is your name?
Kenneth is my name.
Kenneth, welcome. Where are you calling from?
Yes, Ogun State.
From Ogun State.
Yes.
All right, sir. Please go ahead, Mr. Kenneth. Sir? Sir, are you using an earpiece?
What is it?
Are you using an earpiece? Your earpiece is too close to your mouth, so everything, the air from your lips keeps interrupting. I can't comprehend what you're saying.
Are you hearing me now?
Okay, yes, it's better now. So you said Tinubu did what?
I said Tinubu, do they cook food to give him to eat?
What kind of question is that, sir?
Why are we not the people who he's ruling cannot see even food to eat, even garri to drink? Then when he eats it, does he feel okay? Does he feel happy? That is what I want to ask you. Ask him. Nobody's feeling happy. Nobody's happy.
All right, thank you. 08036929933. 08036929933. That's the number to call. And the WhatsApp number is 0817-1756-338. Turn off the volume of your radio.
Hello.
Good evening. How are you?
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Welcome. What's your name?
Yeah, my name is Martin. I'm calling from Lagos.
Martins from Lagos.
Yeah.
All right, Martins, please go ahead.
Actually, the way this country is going now, every day by day, I'm just fed up with a lot of annoyance. I feel like to commit suicide. And before committing that suicide, I feel like a lot of people will follow me because this country is getting out of hand.
Martins, calm down. Don't commit suicide. Don't take anybody along with you. That's wrong. If you commit suicide, you're going to hell.
Right now, that's what I feel like. What kind of country is this that people are suffering, people are dying, all manner of injustice in our institutions and in politics. Nobody is doing anything. I'm not a coward though. If they can include me, I'm ready to face all these bandits and see them one-on-one. Yes, if I die, I die. What is all this? We are just walking like a walking corpse. No food, no good amenity, no good road, no good water, no electricity. People are just begging on the street, walking up and down, helplessly. And we say we have a government that is keep on looting our treasure every day by day, every day by day. This is highly unfair. What kind of country is this? Honestly, I'm fed up. I'm really fed up.
Please do not attempt what you're saying right now on national radio. It's wrong. Number two, the consequence of that is that you are not going to have a better life after you do that. That's the ultimate truth.
I will not have a better life. Now that I'm alive, am I having a better life? Am I having a better life?
Don't.
It's better we end it all so that
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that, sir. It's wrong. Because if you do that, the government will continue. And to be honest with you, nothing will change.
Let them come now. Let them come.
I said the government will continue. The government will continue and nothing will change. And you would have just lost your life.
What kind of useless country is this? Please, people should do something about it. We are tired of all these things. Seriously, we are tired.
So, I'm sorry. We're all having conversations, all right? And I know that people are really frustrated. Trust me, you have no idea. I am moving out from my current location to another place, and you can imagine how high the rent is, specifically right now in Lagos. Rent is not beans, like for real. So you can imagine that process and having to meet up with a lot of other, responsibilities. If you do not have a major supporter, you're likely going to be on your own. We have a colleague here who lost his father, and you can imagine what it entails, how he needs to go through to put funds together to bury. So we all have challenges. We don't talk about it. Doesn't mean that we don't all have challenges. I have challenges. Everybody has challenges. But you thinking of attempting suicide is wrong. Trust me, the government of the day will continue. There's a potential that nothing will change. And if you die, you're going to hell because you committed suicide and it's a sin. So please, let's be careful of the kind of thoughts we allow to reside in our hearts. It's very important. Trust me, it's very important. And things will look out. If you have prospect, if you have skills, if you have something, just put yourself out there. It will work for you. All right? 08036929933. That's the number to call. Hello, good evening.
Hello, Tawachuku. How are you?
I am fine, sir. Welcome. What's your name?
Prince Favor, calling from Ejibo.
Prince Favor, welcome, sir.
My greeting to your guest, Darlington.
He's up. Thank you so much, sir.
Last Monday, Mr. Darlington said nobody should put price tag.
Yes.
On Friday, you were talking about how they said no, this person.
Yes, Justice Kekereoku. But apparently she says it's within the Supreme Court or something. Don't know.
Good. What I want to say is every original Igbo man is born prophet. Every original Igbo man. We see ahead. Nigeria should stop lamentation or complain all this, They should go and look for this Nadekano and what he said in 2015. He said nobody will fix Nigeria. Said by Chukwu Okike Abiyama. They should go and look for Somalian visa. This is a complaint there. Obi can never fix Nigeria. I think never fix Nigeria. I must tell the truth. That young man, when he said this, bag of rice is 8,000 naira. Fuel is 87 naira. Body enter, I think he reach how much? Fuel go to 170 something. Tinubu enter again now. Fuel how much? Over 1,000 plus. We keep on talking about when we are ready. When we are ready. In 1945, Igbo man were massacred in Jos. Sorry, Sokotoya Jos. In 1953 again, we were massacred in Kano. In the ESA protest, they target Igbo. Nigerian hunger protest again. We don't put hand again. You know work. The nice arresting the minor, little children that carry Russia flag. And nobody should come and defend their vote. I'm not going to die for Nigeria to work. I know possible. I'm not fit die for Nigeria work. Make Nigeria work self. I not fit die for Nigeria to work. Killing every day. Primary purpose of this man is to protect life and property. It's very zero. He said, if I not fix light, no vote to me again. The people who have no light. The people fix light, zero. Economic disorder, do you have anyone? Zero. People that keep on supporting him, they should go ahead and support him. My own be say Nigeria have expired though. Let us divide this country. Everybody going on though.
I have told you about that division of Nigeria thing. Write to your senators, petition them, and tell them that this is what you want. That's the only way you guys can go about it. Hello, good evening.
Esther.
Boyerson, how are you?
No, my line went off now.
Yeah, it went off. I'm sure you decided to call and your people decided to start calling you.
Not my own people, though, because I didn't answer any call. Okay, Esther, see what I was saying. The caller before the last one, you heard what he was saying, Abi?
Yeah.
Do you think he's joking?
No, I don't take anybody's call here for a joke.
No, you saw I mean, how do I put it? In him, he was talking to you passionately, not even passionately. He was deep in sorrow.
Yeah.
Let me put it that way. You heard him, and that kind of person, do you expect him to have hope in this country with what is going on? I was saying it. Look, I just played with the president. He should just do something now. He should just do something. He should not allow all the sycophants around him. He has already surrounded himself with sycophants, and they don't want him to believe or to understand what is going on in this country. A lot of people are pained, including myself, for God's sake, for crying out loud. It's getting too much. And if he thinks that the only thing he can do is just to remain there and, share phone, share bag of garri, share bag of rice, and so on, let him continue. But the reality will come. He will now regret it. If he doesn't want to listen to people, if he doesn't want to listen to the common Nigerians who are suffering, who are dying daily, and he wants to continue to, pacify them, it's kickback. Let me use that word, kickback. All the kickbacks he's doing will never save this country. So it's better for him to just have a rethink and go out. That is why I still like Fashola when he was in government. He would just use bike to go out. He wouldn't even know that he's the governor of Lagos State. Honestly, you wouldn't even know. You will go out and listen to people. You will see things happening. But this kind of president, I have not seen this kind of a president in my life, honestly. He should just go out silently or send people those who should trust him. They should go out and know what is happening. They're not this Bayonanoga. You said you will invite the president when he comes to Lagos.
Yes. Or we'll go to his place for an interview.
It is even better you tell us that you invite Bayonanoga. Because he is the person in charge. Of course, now. Bayonanoga is the person now. That's the president we have.
All right, Boyerson, thank you so much. All right. Hello, good evening.
Hello, Esther Wachuku. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm okay, and you?
I am fine, sir. Welcome.
I'm Reverend Obina, and this is my first time.
Reverend Obina, welcome.
Thank you.
All right, sir. Please go ahead.
Esther, I was the one that gave you a message that you should get through to me with this number. That I have something important to tell
me. Okay.
You read it You didn't read it completely. I
Oh.
understand, but you have not gotten through to me.
Okay. All right, I'm taking your picture now. Please go ahead, sir.
Yes. What I want to tell you is very, very important. You see, Nigeria, there's nothing again in Nigeria. In 1977, I sold Kabaka. You must have heard about Kabaka, the musician.
No.
I sold his 404. He gave me his motor to sell 404 saloon. 700 naira. 700 naira. As at that time, 504 was 4,000 naira. 3,000.
Are you talking about a vehicle? A vehicle was once sold for 4,000.
404 saloon car.
Wow.
Yes, 1977. So there is no how Nigeria can be good as that.
4,000.
Yes. I didn't tell you that I had a history. That somebody told to me. I'm telling you what I did. Kabaka gave me his car, 404 saloon car, to sell 700 naira. And in those days, the car owners change car yearly. And when they bring it up, you will think that they just brought out the car from the shop. There were good roads. There were lights. If they want to take light, they will announce it that there going to be a major repairs from so time to so time. But today, nobody gives you meter. They give you, in fact, where do we even start to repair this nation? They said we should be praying. And we prayed and prayed and prayed. Faith without work is dead. There are prayers you pray amiss. You beat about the bush while praying. God will turn his ears until something is done. I asked one of my senior pastors one day, I said, if it happened now, Boko Haram came, all of them, begin to pursue everybody. You want to tell me that I will not carry gun to defend myself? He laughed.
All right, sir. I need to take other messages, okay?
I'm sorry.
Yes, sir. I understand. Do have yourself a wonderful evening, sir. Okay, so let me take your messages very quickly because we'll soon be rounding off the program today. You guys have made me to start 4,000. They used to buy motor 4,000, 404 in this country. Wow. Why wasn't I born then? Let me enjoy Nigeria small. 4,000. Can you imagine? This person says, Taiwo from Ota. Taiwo, this is your profile picture. Your wife is very beautiful though. What would Keyamo tell his grandchildren that because of stomach infrastructure, I said one can study at home to get primary and secondary school certificates? Esther. Oh, okay. I think messages earlier today, they were complaining of the audio. I hope it's better. Good evening, Esther. God will surely liberate good Nigerians from these blood-sucking demons come 2027. Good evening, Esther Wachuku and analyst Mr. Darlington Agumwa. It is better all the groups that sense fear in the mind of the electorate direct their advice to the ruling party. How can you bring useless counsel to the two interested contestants to leave their parties and this time form one unit? You don't mean well to Nigerians. The day of voting, cast your vote to whom you like. Instead, you ask the ruling party that what have they achieved so far to ask for another 4 years. You used intimidation and propaganda to put fear in the hearts of the people and indirectly supporting your sponsors. All right, this person says, please, Esther, let's separate apple from oranges and put the narrative straight. Bishop Oyedepo has been outspoken and has been criticizing this government, even that of Buhari, Engineer George from Amuwo Odofi, and Pastor Paul Enenche. he has also been very vocal as well. I think what Nigerians are complaining about, or the Christian are complaining about, is the Christian body, especially the Pentecostal body like CAN and PFN. Pastors individually have been very vocal, but as the umbrella, they have not been vocal like the Catholics did. Good evening, Esther. The law requires educated up to at least secondary school certificate level. It does not require you to physically submit the primary school leaving certificate to INEC. Candidates usually just fill the form and attach evidence they have. Recall that in 2023, Tinubu left those columns blank and deposed to an affidavit saying the originals were lost during military era. Okay. Dele from Ikorodu. Then, okay, so there's an affidavit, right, for those certificates that he says were lost during the military era. Then he should have presented that instead of leaving that place blank. It's just like when you lose your certification, you have an affidavit from the police station or something like that. Okay. All right. Good evening, Esther. Good evening. Good evening, VOP FM. My name is Progress from Oko. Is it Oko? For APC governments, they can't come back to seats if Nigerian youth stand up and fight for their rights. All right. David from Oko, I think. AB, Esther, how will day? God continue to bless VOPO. You don't read my SMS except I call. Esther, you normally say you read messages randomly. Random means anyhow. I guess you want to say serially. That is chronologically. Jagaban is an Olumorok. All right. AB from Ekpe. All right, AB, well done. How are you? I hope you're fine and you're safe. Good evening, Esther, Mr. Darlington. I personally don't agree with Mr. Darlington and his statements concerning Christians in Nigeria. How can you say you are regretting being a Christian because Christians are not behaving like the Muslims? We Christians have a good moral teaching. We follow it. Darlington, you can join the Muslims and leave the Christians alone to live their lives the way Christ taught us. Chisom from Iyanokpaja. Good evening, Esther. Wachikwan. Happy New Week. Mayor from Ikotwegbe. Esther, the president smartly removed his primary and secondary school certificate in which he submitted in 2023. Do they think he's being smarter than over 250 million Nigerians? This is why we're being called a disgraced nation. You don't do Bikono. All right. This person says, evening, Esther. Bishop Oyedepo is right. Darlington is right. But like I do say, his divisive languages should be worked on. Obi and Atiku being separated means shokpe, oti lo. Finally, sokpe. Okay. Obi and Atiku being separated means sokpe, oti lo. I will learn it, don't worry. Finally, Tinubu should sit up and do the right thing because some of his policies are not helping the masses. However, I insist that Obi is never a solution because his antecedents in Anambra is not what these Igbo supporters are claiming, and that's why they're hailing Alex Oti for just giving them Genius Burger logo and all these small irrelevant things he's doing. Thanks, Tunji from Keno Isola. Tunji, you don't get it. Okay, so in Abia State, they've not had governors that were impactful. So Oti is like a miracle for them. So the small wins that you think are minor is a major because those things were not implemented for them. So don't criticize it, all right? The fact is they have a governor who is doing the basic. Lagos has been fortunate, especially with Fashola coming on board after Tinubu left. So Lagos was fortunate to have a very dedicated governor. Fashola is an amazing governor. I am a Fashola advocate. Trust me, any day, anytime. So Lagos was just lucky to have Fashola. For Abia State and some southeastern states, you don't even understand how it has been. They've not been lucky to have governors that were impactful. It's either they have one, and when that person goes, the next person that comes retrogresses. So it's a big deal. And so please allow them to celebrate their big deal. It's small and irrelevant to you. It's a major thing for them. Trust me. Go and try and understand where they're coming from. Esther, good evening. You see, everything about this administration is fake. People like Festus Keyamo are supposed to be a hero to younger ones, but they're full of lies. A 5-year-old girl told me last month that she doesn't like to hear the name of the president. They will go this time around. Sami Tax from Additional Suileri. Good evening, Esther. The Nigerians don't trust the present government due to its shrouded nature of handling state matters, ranging from fuel subsidy removal, local government autonomy, electoral reforms, and state police. Very unfortunate that Nigerians are suffering from hunger and hardship. Until when we kick against tribal and religious sentiments, it will always be lamentations and blame games. Noah from Igondo. As the 2027 general election campaigns begins on the 19th of August 2026, we Nigerians are patiently waiting to see what the various political parties have to offer us as manifestos, because we're going to hold them to their words. I will hold them to their manifestos. Hopefully a different story. Let the people of Nigeria get ready with our PVCs to do the needful. Until then, we're watching as the planet is listening. Comrade Abraham. Good evening, sir. I'm a student of broadcasting. Okay. Are you in Lagos? What's your name? You didn't put. See, you're sending. You see the problem with you people, eh? You these potential mass comm students, eh? Your write-up is supposed to be eye-catching. Your wording ought to be. You not put your name. Nothing. Send me a message on Facebook, Esther Machiko on Facebook, all right? Send me a message on Facebook, whoever it is. This message, no name, no nothing. Shall send me a message on Facebook. Indie mass comm students, you are not encouraging. Some of the interns that just came here, peculiar. Let me report the two peculiars. Two peculiars, peculiar male, peculiar female. Peculiar female, I'm going to report it to your daddy. You're not living up to expectation. People are not living up to expectation. I'm telling you people. All of you want to come and do internship here. You will come then to do the needful. You people, all this Gen Z. Good evening, Esther. Objectively, is it true that this government is not doing any of what they promised? And is it wrong to express your followers' stance on the policies of this administration as religious leaders? Is the president the actual problem of the opposition? While the handlers of this administration are trying hard to explain things, they should advise Baba to do more to ameliorate the suffering of the masses. Hashtag let's Nigerians breathe. Thanks, Yemi from Songwater. Good evening, VOP. A very blessed new month to you, Esther. The nation is at the speak of a damaged nation. Imagine my daughter, who wrote her final BSc exam on the 31st of July, called to tell me that her next plan is for me to prepare her to have further studies abroad. Already our children are no more happy with this nation. This nation is doomed. CY Honesty from Isola. Good evening, APC woman leader. Honestly, I'm not happy with the way this country is being run. The government do things the way they like and Nigerians are free to talk. Esther, what do we do? Gabriel from Agor Palace Way, Hope State. Get your PVC, Mr. Gabriel, and make sure you vote. And not just vote, protect your vote. That's all I can tell you for now to do. In the meantime, I beg, keep hustling. Like for real. Because, okay, good evening, Esther. Please, we should be told the truth about what is happening in Nigeria. War is raging. I mean, full-scale jihad. The Fulani-led North have declared the much-dreaded jihad. But you, the press, joined the deceptive federal government to call it insecurity. Why? Thousands are killed every day. Thousands are in refugee camps across Nigeria, especially the North. Farmlands and villages have been seized by the Fulani jihadists. Millions are IDP camps by the same government. Thousands are kidnapped daily, ransom being paid for the jihadists to continue to finance their war machine. The war raging in Nigeria is worse than the Nigerian Biafran war. Why are we calling war insecurity? Frank Uba from Ejibo. I played an excerpt of one of them who actually called out what was going on in these states, and it was what he said gave me goose pimples. How these guys are presiding over communities, dictating how they live their lives. They pay taxes so that they can go to their farms. They rape their women at random and return them back home. Like, yo, it's crazy. It's crazy. For real. This man said it on national television, I think with Laolu Akonde. Yes, where they were discussing politics and the road to 2027, what the APC government has been able to do so far, especially under Tinubu's administration, considering the way Buhari's administration was. I mean, the man was brutal. He was very brutal. Okay, wow. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Esther.
How are you, sir? Well done for your consistency.
I'm fine, are you?
I am fine. What is your name?
What is the promotion?
Wabeze, please go ahead.
Yes, on the Catholic Bishop's visit to the president and ECOWAS report on the last elections. Actually, the Catholic Bishop did the needful. In as much the masses have been shouting, the government couldn't listen to them. That's why they took it upon themselves to make it more physical and let the government.
Hello, Wabeze.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, unfortunately, we have a government that doesn't have listening ears. You know, they are full of arrogance, pompousness. You look at even when they're talking to the president, refused to agree with them that instead of agreeing, a good leader listens. And when he listens, you take it back. It's okay. I've heard there will be improvement. We are trying our best. That's how to put it across. But rather than disagreeing with them and claiming that you are doing well when all is not well. Then the ECOWAS election report. Yes, some people are saying that it's coming a bit late. To me, I don't think it's so. It's still relevant because we're having an election at hand coming. So the report of the last report now will be a foresight or an insight into what's going to happen so that the international community will have attention on it and do the needful and guide us so that we have the best. Because we are not having good elections, that's why we're having bad leaders. We have a government of the few, by the few, for the few. The few like AB and his cohorts. And those are the few that are benefiting from it, while the masses are suffering. At the time of the election, you see them coming out in their small numbers, trying to share money. And the gullible ones will dance to their tunes. But I pray God will not allow it to happen. The other Christian leaders who are speaking up, fine and good. It's nothing late. They said that the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The next best time is today. Since they are waking up, let everybody speak up. When you're handling a matter of leadership in the country, you are answerable to the people, not seeing the people as if we are your slaves. So they are talking, let the government here, not only Christian leaders, Muslim leaders, because it's affecting everybody across board. We pray that at the end of the day, if things will work out well and believe God, when Abacha thought that he was above God, you will see how it all happened. When Babangida thought that nobody can control him, God did his wish. So it shall happen in this present dispensation in Jesus' name.
Amen. Thank you very much, one person for calling. So, by tomorrow, we want to look at the state governments. What have the governors been able to do, the policies and palliatives they've implemented to cushion the effect of the harsh realities of their people? President Bola Ahmed Tinubu last week talked about telling the governors that please, when you're building flyovers and your people cannot climb those flyovers, what exactly are you building the flyovers for? Why don't you prioritize the need of your people rather than building grand projects like flyovers, airports, and the likes? Attend to the very basic need of the people. So we need to ask, the administration has always emphasized the huge allocations given to the state governors and the local government. So what are they doing? And we want to reel out, at least basically, state by state, what have the state governors done? Do you work on major roads to make the roads quite easy? What business policy initiatives did you put on ground? For SMEs, did you create a platform where it's easy for them to collect loans and the interest rate will not be too much when they collect those loans? Because this is how to help small-scale businesses in your state. What is the process like? Are you augmenting it in a very objective manner? Not that you're allocating monies and contracts to your own people, like your friends and family members and the like genuine people on ground feeling the impact of your governance. Because to be honest with you, everybody calls on the president. I'm not exonerating President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, but to be honest, if we have most of the governors in the All Progressives Congress, what have they done in their state? Because it's 3 tiers of government, right? It's like a ladder. So you have the executive, you have the judiciary, you have the legislation. When it comes to governance, you have the president, you have the governors, then you have the local government. And they supposedly are meant to be autonomous in how they carry out their duties. So yes, dividend of democracy has a hierarchy that it goes. Agreed, what the government at the federal does could be replicated by the state governors. So what measure of replication because there is an imbalance. Some governors are really being impactful, some are not. So what exactly are they doing to mitigate the effect of poverty? Because since the naira, since the regularization of the naira to the dollar, and obviously the deregulation rather of the naira to the dollar, and the fuel subsidy removal, the president has said at the time that the removal money, the fuel subsidy removal money, will be used to augment these porosity, this vulnerability, meaning that the governors will be the one to make sure expressively palliatives are on ground. So we need to start examining. We need to start calling out. The governors presented budgets. Every year they present budgets to their state house of assemblies and they read out what they need to use that money for. So what have you done with the money? We're going to look at it state by state because these governors will be vying for governorship election after the presidential election, and when they are vying for, nobody is nominating them. They will come out to campaign, isn't it? So we need to examine, and all of them now in the All Progressives Congress. So what is their excuse? We have a dominated political party in charge of governance at all levels. If the president has pleaded with them to do the needful, we need to start examining them critically. We're not sparing the president, very true. Maybe he needs to be more tough on the governors, but we need to start examining these governors. And then the local government. What happened? Despite the Supreme Court saying they should be autonomous, why has that not been allowed to go? Is it the state governments that are still enabling, preventing or limiting them from having that executive autonomy? Again, governance at all levels is in a format. So governance and change cannot happen from one sector. Every sector needs to work for it. So these governors, their campaign is coming up and they have responses to give to Nigerians. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a wrap on the conversation this evening. I'll be seeing you tomorrow by the grace of God. We need to start asking our governors question. And so we're going to have that conversation tomorrow, as well as other topical issues or updates that will emerge in the polity. All right, do have yourself a wonderful evening. Bye for now.